Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Vikings, nothing. Mitch Wisnowski set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a Dr. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 27, Mayfield, and that'll be incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. From the red zone now, Mayfield. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, it's Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, if I'm not mistaken. They gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
And the Colts first down.
Throwing is Hurts. And it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. This defense for the Vikings, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Hurts. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Now on 2nd and 13, Hurts. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Hurts with a quick throw, complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Hurts sets up to throw it. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
It's not cool about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down. And they'll try a jet sweep. It's Rager. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. The Vikings are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. That'll be caught. It's Rager. 30. 10. 5. Touchdown. Vikings. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in Week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding. And now off to the races down the right side. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Colts.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from the special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were in the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
It's taken to the 26. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen, and the Vikings will take over here at their own 12-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision could get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mayfield with it once more. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And the slot man goes in motion left. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved up the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball, then limit that gain.
And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. Here's Hurts to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And they're going to get this up to midfield. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. find some open field here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Slot man moves right. On 1st down, Hurts. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts being chased out left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis, operating gun, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Going up top. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. We'll see a return here from the end. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And the Colts pick it up. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24.
Colts 38, Vikings 14.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try to chip away his timing.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
It's a gain of 25 yards. 1st down.
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Hurts fumbles it. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with it. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. I got to think at this point, third quarter, if you're able to hold on to the ball and get 3 at the end, that's all you're looking for.
I would agree with that because right now, this is a job well done by them. In fact, it's almost time for handshakes, a little dap on the sidelines, maybe even start to discuss post-game plans. And for the guys who haven't played yet, go ahead and get loose. Your time is now.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Take over first down 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get over to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Tackled there by Nick Cross.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Second down and 8. Mayfield down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Colts get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. 8 yards to go on second down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to fourth down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Taylor. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Colts continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Mayfield's throw complete to Rager. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 39. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Now this throw caught left side, and they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in his 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And again, it's Mayfield. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. And he is not going to make it to the end zone. And that's pretty reflective of their game as a whole as they'll remain down by a bundle. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. But they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Following the interception, Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to take another shot here. He's got him in, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A big play there for Indy. 69 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1.
Mitch Wishnowsky set to kick off.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. And my goodness, another interception. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Colts are going to take over here up near the 40. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he's got room. Oh, he shifts past him. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. But at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams back in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's got reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of him.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. So, Charles, the bad taste from that opening week loss, that's just a memory now. This has been a very strong performance as they score once again.
Yeah, I know it's only week 2, but you're exactly right because this team felt like they let one get away in the opener. And not only were they determined to not let the same thing happen here, they knew that they had to correct a bunch of things. So everything went wrong in game 1. They took care of business with it in game 2.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
3 yards to go.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their head.